price of them and stuff, and how it's going to be completely unaffordable and all that. Is it that bad, or you? How much? How long does that last you? Are you okay with that? Is you gonna live? Well, it sounds like your mom's all taken care of. I wasn't thinking in that way. I was thinking more of she's got a handle on finances and stuff like that, right? No. You told me that sometimes the family would get into arguments with your mom over money. Is that right? So, do you say that they are what's the word? They're being realistic about that. They're being fair. So they're out of line is what you're saying. Well, why do they come over and get into arguments with them then? That's a lot to handle. Does it stress you out or what? I know it. No. Yeah, why don't you tell me about how that's going actually? You saying it's like killing them? But then, but after it launches, won't it be more relaxed after that? Not well, a little bit, but not. I was a busboy. When I told you about that job at Ford, I was, had a degree in my hand, and I was busboying at what's that place called? Merriweather's in Southfield. It's a good thing to do. Bussing tables at a restaurant, get some good experience. Mm. I wouldn't want to be in it. When I heard about that concept called the GM or district or whatever it is, you know what I mean? That person that's got to be there, like basically you may as well get a bed at that point. You're dealing with so much stuff and how little they made. I was like, why would anybody do that? I learned about that when I actually did bus at Merriweather's, talking to some of the people there. No way. Must be like a full benefits type of gig. I mean, there's got to be more to it than the. People in the restaurant business be doing a lot of drugs to stay on it, huh? That's how they make it happen. You could be right. I didn't know how big cocaine was until probably my second year in college when Paul started doing it. And even still, I didn't know. Because we would go to the places that you would think that people would do cocaine at. Yeah, we would go to those places. But I had no idea that these people were doing coke. No clue. This place called the Red Door, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's a fucking good time. Of course, they're doing coke. I see that now, but then I didn't know it all. What you say? The after hours in Detroit called the Red Door. Where is it? Just right off Woodward in New Center, or what would you call that? I guess you'd call that Midtown. Yeah, right off Cass. Right by. It's a walking distance from Majestic. That sound. Back then, yeah. Yeah, back then, that's right. But now it's not anything like it was then. Just so you know, if you're not getting the whole concept of Detroit looks like a completely different place now. It's shocking how different it looks from back then, especially that Brush Park area. I mean, Brush Park is like, because it was one of the most burnt out places, they were able to get in there and, I mean, it's at the heart of everything. It's a super good location. I mean, if you live there, you are close to everything. 75 is right there, 94 is right there, downtown's right there, the arena's right there. Look, there's always going to be whatever it is. Who cares? So what? What are you going to do? Well, if you're talking about where I'm talking about, the Brush Park area, there's a lot of, they've got that place called the Gray Ghost. They got that place called Bakersfield. There's the Coney place right there. There was a spot, but it's not there anymore. But in general, though, right now, restaurants are all hurting. All restaurants are hurting. There's going to be a wave next year. It's already started, Holly. This painful recession is just getting kicked off. I feel so bad for people. Sometimes it makes me want to cry. What makes me want to cry, Holly, is the fact that we have it in the power of our hands right now to fucking turn everything around like a snap of a fucking finger. And it's a personal choice. I'm upset because people look, this is how they look at it. I know how they look at it. And I look at it kind of the same. If you're dumb enough to play our fucking fiction game, because it's a total fiction, and I say fiction in the way that it's used in the legal sense. And that's a whole different discussion. I don't know the ins and outs of legalese, but I do understand what they mean by fiction, 100%. So it's all of actual, in fact, fiction. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to play the game or not. And we, because of our egos, decide to play the game. So I'm upset because all of our dumbasses are proving them correct. What they believe is that we don't have the genetics that it takes to make the right choices. There is a link between genetics and like programmability, how easy you are to manipulate. O positive is a blood type that's seen as one of those types. O positive looks like it's an alien gene. Well, maybe you got the alien gene and you're less easy to program. Oh my gosh. Oh, no kidding. I actually got it backwards. I totally forgot, flaked on that one. It's actually the other way around. The negative means rhesus, it's rhesus monkey antigen. So, if you see what I'm getting at there, that means you're a monkey essentially if you have the fucking rhesus monkey antigen. So, theoretically, that means, you're not very bright. So, a lot of the Atlantean civilizations have Rh negative. And there's obviously been a lot of interbreeding, particularly with, what's that one? Is that Neanderthal I'm thinking? I can't remember the full details. It's quite a story. It's really interesting. The reason why they can't find the missing link is because it doesn't exist. Because these dudes came down and said, hey, let's fucking make some shit happen over here. So there you go. They made us in their image. But they're not God. I heard a guy, because I listen to that shit all the time, right? And I was so happy to hear the guy say it exactly as it is, which is the Old Testament and the New Testament are completely different fucking things. The Old Testament is of these guys. I don't elevate them to God because they're just dudes. Okay? Maybe they're smarter, they're more interdimensional, advanced, whatever. These are the people that built the pyramids and shit. Everybody's walking around like, "Ooh, how'd this get here? How'd this get here?" It's because these motherfuckers, duh. I mean, come on, put two and two together. It's right in front of your face. So, this is, but a lot of people obviously do put it together, and it's obvious in our faces that this is real, and it happened and existed. So that's the framework you got to look at everything in. I mean, I don't know how not to do research, and you know what I mean. Just put stuff together, think about it, whatever. I even forgot what my point was, to be honest with you, Holly. I don't even know why I'm rambling like this, to be honest. Maybe it's the Okay, right. So that is a thing, this negative RH. And it is linked to Atlantean bloodlines that didn't grow up here and don't have rhesus monkey antigen. You understand? So, like when it comes to pure bloods and stuff like that, the elites, it's true. A lot of them are genetically related back to these times. One thing that a lot of people who understand where the fuck this is going, like like Daniela, she's from Transylvania, and I was so glad she knew. I was like, yes, okay, cool. So we had a conversation about it. She was happy I fucking knew about Radu Cinnamar. Anyhow, the current royals in England are actually German Saxe-Gotha, but they're also related to the whole Dracula thing, which is a real thing, and it's reptilian related. The reason why The Draco is the reptilian race. There is a reptilian race known as the Draco. That's where Dracula comes from. Yes, ma'am. Go to bed. I'm gonna get on my bike and go get a hamburger at this place. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna come back here. No, I'll be up, Holly. Call me, please, if you don't mind. All right. Right, you're fixing. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Let's go. Margaret, where did you just take me there? Bro, am I in or not? That's right. That's why I don't use this anymore. I gotta go over and use what, Pokio? Oh, let me stop streaming now that I'm not talking to. No, I'm not talking to Holly. Nobody ever watches my dumbass. I don't know why not. I got all this money coming at me so much, I don't know what to do with it all. So, yeah, I think it would be a great idea to, if I did get this job, to just not do anything anymore. That's what I think. Come home from work, don't do nothing. You know what? Not don't do nothing. You focus on people. That's not a bad